Oi, tudo bem? Aqui é Luciana, da Street Smart Brazil. I enjoy observing differences between Portuguese and English. Observing the differences helps my English. Today, I will show you 3 verbs that we have in Portuguese but you don't have in English. It's actually one of those very few situations in which we need fewer words to say something in Portuguese than we need to say the same thing in English. Because these are common verbs, it's a good idea to know them and have them available in conversations. Okay, so let's do this. The first verb that I want to show you is ventar. Ventar. As a speaker of English as a second language, I've often found myself searching for the verb ventar in English in my brain, and many times I got stuck at just that point in a conversation. So let me tell you what it means. I'll start by showing you the noun, not the verb. The noun is vento. Vento. It means wind. So the verb ventar, which is a regular verb, it literally would translate to wind. But you don't say that, right? You say the wind is blowing, but you don't say it's winding, but we do. In Portuguese, ventar is a verb, and I have all the verb tenses with this verb. So I can say things such as está ventando muito. Before I continue, let me remind you all the examples with the translations are on the blog post, and the link to the blog post is in the video description. So here I'm saying it's winding a lot, which in English we don't, right? We say, I don't know, the wind is blowing, there's a lot of wind, but in Portuguese it's a verb. So I say it's winding a lot. Again, this one, está ventando muito. Here's one in the past. Ventou muito ontem. So literally it winded a lot yesterday. Ventou muito ontem. Espero que não vente tanto amanhã. Espero que não vente tanto amanhã. So I hope you enjoy using the verb ventar. I think it's pretty fun. So the second verb I'm going to show you is anoitecer. Anoitecer. So if you look it up in the dictionary, you will find that it means to get dark, to become dark. But it's not any dark. Right? If it's daytime and you turn off the lights, you cannot use this verb. If there's a storm, it's daytime, but there's a storm and it gets dark, you cannot use this verb. Because this verb is specifically when it gets dark, because the night is falling, when it's becoming night. So to remember this verb, you can think about the word noite, which means night, right? Noite. Here's the first example. Espero que a gente chegue antes de anoitecer. Espero que a gente chegue antes de anoitecer. Anoitece cedo em Recife no inverno. Anoitece cedo em Recife no inverno. And finally, I want to show you the verb almoçar. Almoçar. Almoçar means to have lunch. You know, in English, formally, you have in the dictionary the verb to lunch, but we don't really use it as a verb, right? In Portuguese, we do. We actually, in Portuguese, do not say to have lunch or to eat lunch. We say to lunch, which is the verb almoçar, which is also a regular verb. Quer almoçar comigo? Quer almoçar comigo? Ontem, almocei em restaurante maravilhoso. Ontem, almocei em restaurante maravilhoso. So here's a tip to avoid mistakes. In English, you say to eat lunch, but in Portuguese, you do not. So you don't say comer almoço. You also do not say to have lunch, ter almoço. You never do. So you basically just use the verb almoçar. Great, I hope you found this lesson useful. Practice and advance your Portuguese with a Street Smart Brazil teacher. We offer one-on-one Brazilian Portuguese lessons via Skype. One-on-one lessons give you the opportunity for lots of practice and allow you more control over your time and what you'd like to learn. So book a trial lesson with one of our amazing teachers. Thank you so much. Muito obrigada. Tchau, tchau.